Hi, Soulful Mama. Have you ever felt overwhelmed with all you have to get done in a day? Mom life throws a lot at us, and having family routines and systems can help us to move through our days with more grace and ease. Today, my guest on the Soul Care Mom podcast is Dani Lynnes, a mom of 3 with a superpower for helping moms create family routines and systems so that they can tame the chaos of mom life. If you are ready to create family routines that work for your family, you are not going to want to miss this episode. Let's dive in. Hi there, Soulful Mama. Welcome to the Soul Care Mom podcast. I'm Catherine Wilde of soulcaremom.com. I'm a mom of 3 amazing kids, a soul care mom coach, and a yoga and meditation teacher. I've helped hundreds of women, and I'm here to help you feel calm and find your unshakable confidence as a mom. If you're ready to stop living in survival mode and you're ready to drop the mom guilt and overwhelm, this podcast is for you. Think of this as a lunch date with a girlfriend. Grab a cup of tea and get cozy. It's time to get honest and vulnerable and shift the traditional mindset around motherhood. Be sure to subscribe to be the first to know when new episodes are released. Get ready to grow and feel empowered as a mom. I'm here for you, Mama. Let's get started. Hi, Dani. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here with you.
So one of the many reasons that I was excited to talk with you today is that I feel like we're soul sisters and that we both have a similar passion to empower moms and support moms. And one thing that I truly love about your work is that you help moms with family routines and systems to help them kind of calm the chaos. And I definitely want to get into that. But first, I'd just love to know a little bit more about you and your story and how you came to help moms. What led you here?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I am a mom of 3. I actually became a mom when I was 21, so I was a young mom at first. I was still in college. And I also always worked in childcare. So I started in childcare when I was 15. It was one of my first jobs, and it just kind of stuck with me. And that's actually where I met my husband. And basically what has happened is over the last 10 years, I've heard from moms that as they're picking up their kids, they're doing drop-offs, how stressed they are, how chaotic life is. And I've always found myself standing with them and helping them through different routines or, what would work for their child, because every child's different and every family's different. And so really trial and erroring is what I say is what we do with children is, when one thing doesn't work, we just move on to the next thing. And until we find something that clicks for their personality and their routines, basically. And so over the last 16 years of doing that, just this last year, at the beginning of 2020, I had the opportunity to really dig deep and start a business. And so I really worked with moms. I've always wanted and had a passion to work with moms. I just never really had what I say is the time to do it, because we do. My husband opened up our childcare center in 2010, and then I started here in 2012. So we've been doing it for several years. And I mean, it's a 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. job. I don't get a break. I don't leave throughout the day. And so I never really said I had the time to do anything else. And I finally put it at the forefront and really spent this last year focusing on how I can help moms. And it's been, again, a trial and error process. I've tried to launch different things throughout the year. And with COVID, I mean, things didn't always work out or went according to plan. But I think I finally have found my niche in how I can help moms. And that is with really setting up a routine that's unique to them and creating systems in place that can help them be most successful as they do their job, as they go to their career, but also as moms too.
I love that. And so if we could start like at the beginning, so how would you even help a mom figure out where she might need routines in her life? And, you know, if there's one mom that's listening right now and she's like really overwhelmed with the idea of even creating a routine, where should she start? What tips do you have for her?
I would say really sitting down and figuring out where exactly you want your routine to start, and start small. I think especially for moms, it's overwhelming to try and do it all, because that's what we always try to do, is doing it all. And it doesn't work that way. And so I always say small, simple steps is the first step, basically. So what's one small thing that you can do today, and then just keep building on it as you've developed that habit. So like right now I'm doing a morning routine with moms, and that's one simple step that, you know, whether it's just 10 minutes of reading, or, you know, prepping your dinner in the morning before you wake up the kids, you know, one simple step that you can do to make your day a little bit more easy.
Yes, I love that. Yes, simple steps are the way to go. I believe that too. Okay, so if you're starting to implement a new routine and your children aren't used to it, and there's resistance there, you know, to the idea of a new schedule, and it might vary depending on the age of the kids, but what advice do you have to help everyone transition into a new routine more smoothly?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it all depends on the age. And so, I mean, if they're older and you can talk to them and explain things, it would be more of like a family meeting. So let's sit down, guys, and really talk about how we're going to go through bedtime, and maybe have, you know, I've built the sheets before where, you know, each child has their own little picture, so they can see, okay, the toothbrush is first, and then it's a book, and then it's PJ, you know, whatever the routine looks like. Where obviously as they're younger, it's a little bit, I shouldn't say easier, but you don't need their like permission to do it more so. It's more of just being consistent with it. So really starting, you know, if it's a bedtime routine with an infant and you're trying to get them from co-sleeping to a crib, really just being consistent, and again doing the small steps. So you know, nap time is in the crib maybe for the first week or two until we get used to it, and then after that, then we can, you know, position ourselves to the crib. I don't know, that's just an example, but really just, I would say for those older ones, to get everybody on board and everybody excited about what the routine's going to be, and then also letting them know what's in it for them, because they probably will hit resistance. And so letting them know, you know, if we can get through the first, you know, five days, Monday through Friday, then maybe we'll have pizza for dinner on Friday, or, you know, something like that, so that there's something in it for them as well.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And so the picture thing, I did that with my oldest daughter when I was trying to have her be more independent and as our family grew. And that was really helpful. She could visually see, like, this is what we do next. This is what we do next. I love that idea. And just in general, having routines, it helps me. It's like one less thing I have to think about. You know, this is just how we typically do it, you know. And I see that helps my kids thrive too. So I really love this topic. And okay, so you have this, you know, routine in place, but mom life doesn't always go like we planned. Honestly, it very rarely does, right? So, well, how about flexibility? So once we get clear on the plan, and do you have any tips on what to do, how to stay flexible on our routines when things don't go as planned?
Yes. So really it is, and this is something I've learned, and I think 2020 taught us a lot about this, is being flexible, having grace, and just knowing that it's not going to always go how you want it to go. And this is something that's really hard for me starting just recently. I've kind of mastered it, where you just have to look at, again, you're just doing a little bit each day, and you're not going to see the full results in that one day. It's going to build up over time, and just going into that with that understanding. It's basically having that open mind that you're not going to see it all happen right away, if that makes sense. And really just figuring out what that outlet would be for you. So some moms may be journaling it and really keeping track. It's kind of like a goal as well, where you want to have like a measurable goal. And so maybe starting out for your routine, we're going to be doing this first, and then we're going to build on and do it this way, and then go forward.
I love that. Yes. And I think you're so right. Grace is so important. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's supposed to help you and not make things more stressful, right?
Yes, absolutely. That is something I'm a perfectionist, or I like things the way that they are, and I like things in order. And I've really learned that, it doesn't always need to be that way.
Kids are definitely good at helping us break that habit of being perfectionists, I feel. Okay, and you talked about journaling and things. So how can we use this setting of routines to help us bring more of us into our day, more self-care into our day, and prioritize that?
Yeah, moms need to make sure that they're keeping themselves a priority. It's so easy for us to not and focus on our kids and our career and our husbands or our significant other, and always put ourselves last. That's a big thing. When I talk to moms, a lot of the times they don't even want to really enroll in one of my programs because, I could put that money somewhere else. That's a hard thing. And so what I have found is a simple just morning routine is something that really gives you that self-care aspect. You can also do little things throughout the day, whether it's just going to get yourself a little cup of coffee, or if it's sitting in your car before you actually walk in the house and you're alone and you want to listen to your favorite song. I mean, it does not have to be an hour-long trip to the spa, or it doesn't need to be anything huge. It just needs to be something that's going to give you a little bit of, whether it's quiet, whether it's fun, whether it's, just wellness, I don't know, but just something little, and really making that your priority each day. Just something small is what I would say.
I love that. Yes. Even just sometimes just taking that deep breath, or going to the bathroom by yourself, or just sitting in the car and listening to a song. Those are beautiful. Like, just little things can help to refresh you throughout the day. Because like you said, you work full time and you don't always get breaks. So I'm sure that you have some really great practices built in there.
Oh yeah.
You were talking about morning routines. I love hearing about people's morning routines. They're so inspiring. So could you tell us what you're doing right now for your morning routine?
Yeah. So we actually live outside of town. So we're about a half an hour away from our center. So drive time is a big thing in the morning, and our center opens at 6:30. And so we do have someone that opens the center and helps us out, but I do have to be here by 7. That's my deadline to be here. And so when I create a morning routine, I go backwards and I go, okay, so I have to leave the house by 6:30. What things do I want to master in that morning time? And then that's kind of the time that I'm going to wake up, is kind of how I've had it set up. And what my morning looks like is, we just got a new puppy actually about a month ago, and he has been a terror and he's basically like a newborn, and I have no sleep. So he's my accountability partner for this morning routine now, because the minute my alarm goes off, he definitely wakes up, and then I have to hurry up and get him out before he'll go pee anywhere. So basically at 4:45, I'll wake up, we do dog duties, and then I will do some journaling, reading, I really try to write my gratitudes and affirmations during that journal time. I have a book that I'm trying to read, and they're really small increments. So like I practice what I preach. It's really small. I don't have a lot of time in the morning because I don't want to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I figured something small is better than nothing. And then once I'm done reading and journaling, then I really want to move my body. Just 20 minutes, just something simple. And then I spend a half an hour on my business, and that's just really engaging with people on social media, connecting with people, doing a post, scheduling out my day, looking at my calendar, just so that I'm kind of set up for the day. And then the last half an hour is spent getting ready and getting my kids ready so that we're out the door. So it's been really, really helpful. I can tell just with me how much happier I am. My nights are a lot more free because I'm spending my mornings doing all that engaging, and I don't have to think about it all day long, that I have to get it done or I don't get it done at all. And so I feel much more at ease at night when I get at home because I don't feel that pressure to rush them to bed and so that I can get my other things done. So it's been really helpful.
No, I love that. I love how you worked backwards. That's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the little things, that's me too. My day isn't nearly as packed as yours is. I'm amazed at all you do, but just doing a little bit of like mind, body, soul nourishing in the morning helps to set me up for the day and helps me to be a lot more present and calm and patient throughout the day. So I love those tips. Thank you.
If you are ready to start bringing soul care into your day, be sure to get the Kickstart Your Calm Morning Guide, a soul care ritual for moms, as a free gift when you join the Soul Care Mom community. Here's what one mom had to say. Kickstart Your Calm Morning changed my mornings in the best way ever. One morning, I woke up feeling anxious and lousy about the day. I took 5 minutes to implement the steps and immediately felt calmer and more ready to take on the day. You can find the link to get your free copy of the Kickstart Your Calm Morning Guide in the show notes and start feeling like a calm mom today.
So if you could go back in time to when you first became a mom, so like all the experience that you gained and everything now, what would you tell yourself?
I would tell her that she's on the right track, because I feel like as a mom, especially as a young mom, for me, I was so scared of what, I wasn't so scared of how I was going to do it because I knew I could do it. It was just more scared of the judgment of being a young mom and what people will think, because we weren't married, we were living together, just that not so much comparison, but just people judging you basically. But knowing that I'm on the right track, like this is my journey, this is my story. And regardless of what obstacles are coming in your way, you will overcome them, and it'll just be a part of your story. So just keep pushing through. You're on the right track, and yeah, everything's going to turn out just fine and be great.
That's beautiful. I think that's something that most moms need to hear more often. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, Dani, you're amazing. Thank you so much for all of the tips and insights. Let us know where we can find you online.
Yeah, so I am on Instagram, just at Dani Lynnes. And then I am also on Facebook, and you can just search Dani Lynnes again. And really everything is on there. So if you want to look into anything, I do have a couple different programs. I do a lot of free challenges. I kind of switch it up every other month. As to kind of what my audience is telling me they want. So our next one will probably be in March, but just check it out and really just kind of look at everything that I have on there, because I add a lot of free value and things that are super useful.
Yes, your work is really inspiring, and I'll link to your profiles
awesome.
in the show notes. And yeah, so is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I don't think so. I just want to really thank you for letting me come on and talk to you. I love connecting with other moms, and really just hearing your story and following you on social media has been awesome too, because you always add such good stuff as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much for this beautiful conversation.
Thanks for joining me, Mama. I'm over here smiling from ear to ear and giving you a big virtual hug. I love spending this time with you. You are amazing for showing up and carving out this space to nourish your soul. If you are loving the Soul Care Mom podcast, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. And if you are ready to start your mornings feeling calm and energized, get the Kickstart Your Calm Morning Guide, a self-care morning ritual for moms, as a free gift when you join the Soul Care Mom community. Head over to soulcaremom.com/kickstart and enter your email address to get your free gift and start feeling like a calm mom today. Sending you so much love, Mama.